council plan shows 54 townhouses, which will be a mixture of 2 and 3 bedroom homes with associated parking. The applicant has submitted voluntary proffers. With this the property will be developed with a maximum of 54 residential townhouse units. 2, all townhomes will be individual units for sale. And 3, the developer will install access onto Brook Park Place.
We're requesting R4 zoning, not for a density requirement. Usually we go R4 for higher densities, maybe apartments, things of that nature. We're not looking for anything at a higher density than 54 units, which we're requiring. And the reason why we're asking for R4 is due to the lot size requirements for townhomes. Once we go to R4 as compared to R3, which is, we explore that as well. This piece of property has kind of a unique shape. It's kind of oddly shaped, kind of more narrow. The rear of the property has some challenges. There's existing streams in the rear, and potentially some wetlands back there. So that's why we're asking for R4, just to get those lot sizes to where they're more compacted. As residential town, 54 units, and all these will be units for sale. These are profit conditions that the developers agree to. Now we know, and I've been doing this work a long time, Route 221 is a high traffic area, and we are understanding of that and that concern. However, we have deeded access across the rear of our property through another adjoining parcel to Brook Park. We are profiting that we are going to make that connection to Brook Park Place. Coming out of Brook Park Place, obviously it feeds to the signalized intersection at Enterprise Drive, which that right there will help control traffic and help limit any type of traffic issue. In looking at traffic, knowing that that is a big issue. So this right now is zoned commercial. When you look at the traffic demand that we are generating on a piece of property that's going to feed into the public roads, what we're asking for is 54 townhouse lots. That's a traffic generation of 314 daily trips total on the site. Looking at peak trips, which is what we kind of design, turn lanes, entrance design by. Morning traffic peak times, it's going to be 24 vehicles. Then in the PM, it will be 28 vehicles. So we're not looking at a great number of traffic. Obviously, any traffic is impactful depending on where we're at. But I think what we're proposing here, and comparing it to what could potentially be on that site in commercial, if it was something sort of like a fast food restaurant, that would generate 1,488 trips per day, potentially. A convenience store could generate up to 2,500 trips per day. It was like a donut or a coffee shop, or a Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts, something like that would generate 1,600 trips per day. So obviously we are well below what could be traffic-wise if it went to something commercial, which is already
So
built.
to me was the neighborhood setting, but also the privacy in the backyard. So, you know, what this is gonna do is basically the woods that we have behind us, it's gonna put like a motel behind my house, is basically what it's gonna be. So it's gonna ruin it for me, my property value is gonna be decreased. It's enough traffic out there, it's too saturated. I don't think it's a good idea, it's dangerous. I just think the traffic is going to be more than we realize, and it's already too many cars on 221.
I haven't seen anything that gives me great pause. I actually like the ownership model much more so than a rental model. I feel like when it's an ownership model, the people who buy it, they have some ownership in the community. They're paying the tax rate directly rather than indirectly through rents. So they actually care what the tax rate is because they have to pay it. I like people to have the buy-in into the community in that respect. So I like the ownership model. I like the fact that this property, which already has water and sewer, would be able to be brought to its highest and best use. And it's going to produce less traffic than what would otherwise commercial. I'm fine with it. It's in my district. So unless there's further discussion,